The flame of remembrance. We've got Bezuko Jacobs, who is the spokesperson for Parliament. It's good to have you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Leanne, good morning, and good morning to the early birds at home, citizens up so early in the morning to go through their daily chores, but looking forward with great anticipation to this historic day.
And it certainly is a historic day in more ways than one, because obviously the State of the Nation is a massive moment for South Africans, but today being the last of this particular term, it's we've got the general elections coming. This is 20 years of democracy, so all these themes certainly are going to be playing out today.
Look, today is a day like no other. You know, this is the State of the Nation address, the last of State of the Nation addresses in this Parliament, in the fourth Parliament. It is historical. It is happening against the backdrop of 20 years of democracy, as you say. Today we expect it to roll out like it has happened in the past, but like you said, with an extraordinary feeling. That it's the last State of the Nation address, and we're expecting a lot of people to come to Parliament. You know that Madiba, what he did, whom you refer to as the backdrop of the South African story, was standing here now with his flame of love burning eternally behind us and his face looking with a smile upon us. We're going to see people coming to Parliament today, people from all walks of life, people from various provinces, young and old. They are going to be here to bear witness to this historic moment when the President is going to come and address his people, to tell us where we are as a nation, to tell us where we are going as a people.
Indeed, and it's so important, and I think a lot of people hanging on to this particular State of the Nation because it is it's a very important year for us South Africans. You know, we're going to the polls. We're sitting at a point where we want a lot of questions to be answered. Is today the opportunity for our President to speak to South Africans, to give them that reassurance that we're looking for?
You know, what defines the State of the Nation address? What creates all the suspense and the feeling that you look forward to is because on this day, the President is the only person who knows what matters and what it is that he's going to be sharing with us. So we come and converge at this place today, and communities, families are going to be converging to look and to listen to what the President is going to be saying. Nobody knows his message, only he knows his message. Only he will determine the course of action as he lay out that blueprint. You know, we as Parliament, we're going to be listening with great care, because this now is going to set the tone for the focus of this institution. Remember, it's a critical institution that has got an important role to play. We represent, as this institution, in the diversity of its constitution, different interests and perspectives. All those expectations that you are alluding to, the people have got their hopes and their aspirations hanging on this institution to make sure that all the commitments, all the directives, the key essence of the message of the President is actually implemented, and it is monitored in terms of its impact and implications for greater society within our country and indeed beyond the borders.
Beautiful. Bezuko, just before I link to an insert now where we're going to have a look at what South Africans have to say. I just want to find out from you logistically, what time do people start arriving here? I know that there are lots of road closures, which I'm not going to ask you to talk through because we've got Rob Byrne who'll tell us all about that. But just in terms of what time do proceedings start here, and should people really start clearing the area?
You know, the State of the Nation address is a major undertaking. You know, it started, our organization up as Parliament coordinating all this would have started last year already when the President wrote to the presiding officers requesting the convening the joint sitting of the two houses of Parliament, the National Council of Provinces and the National Assembly. It would have started then. And there is a range of stakeholders internally and externally who've been working all through the festive season to make this day what it will be. So this today is the culmination of all the dedicated efforts of the men and women who worked on this project. And at 3 o'clock today, we're expecting our guests to start arriving. The Navy, the Army will come in and set up, and our public participation guests are going to be arriving. People who are going to be going to the galleries will be arriving. At 5 o'clock, we're going to be rolling out the red carpet. That signifies that we're just about to get underway in a very serious way. And at 1800 hours, that's when the crossing of the red carpet will be closed. We expect by that time that people's representatives, members of Parliament, will be seated in the National Assembly expecting the President. And the processions will be starting just after 4 o'clock, and it will be the premiers ahead. They will be followed by the legislature speakers, and they will be followed by the judiciary. Of course, that will be after the moment when the ceremonial guard shall have marched up the red carpet, and that's an extraordinary moment.
All right,
The president and the president will be the final.
All right, thank you so much for talking us through everything. Luzuka Jacobs, who is the spokesperson for Parliament, talking us through exactly what to expect today with the State of the Nation address that happens at 7 o'clock this evening. All right, let's get back to the Johannesburg studio now. Valen's got our sports news.